Okay, so the first step to utilizing utility delta is you need to understand which kind of product you want to make, and that way you can find out your niche, your product, your service, and your delivery. So, first of all, for utility delta, you have either one of two choices. Either you can find a small problem that affects a large amount of people that has a small difference, or you can find a large problem that affects a small amount of people that makes a large difference. This is probably the most important thing that you can find, because the best example for, let's say, SLS is Bluetooth. It doesn't really make that much of a difference in the larger scheme. It is usable by millions and millions of people, and it makes not much of an impact. The other side is where you go into a personalized issue. So let's say that we're making the best right hand prosthetic for a person in America that is a war veteran. That way, you can find out your niche, your product, your services, and your delivery. Now, what does this look like for a product? Saying that this is a trading channel, I'm guessing that your product is going to be an online service based on your skill set. And if you're an advanced trader, you might as well capitalize on it. So let's say that we are going to sell X. And X could be either you're selling a course, you're selling your information, your trading platform, or maybe something else, a random problem. But let's just leave it as X. So X is our product. The only way that we can find a way to X is we find a niche. Who the hell are we going to sell it to? So for us, it would be most likely to be other traders or beginners. Then you can go to your product, which goes down to, of course, what kind of course are you going to develop, how are you going to develop it, and then more importantly, okay, how do you express your ideas authentically enough that people want to buy it? So this is going to be the main priority for our system. And then more importantly, you need to focus on, okay, the services. So services come in two places, because also services is okay. How does someone know about your product? How do they know that you exist? So your version of advertising. If you have a platform, of course you can advertise that way, but otherwise then it's just word to mouth. How do you express, okay, one, I have one of the best products. Two, how do I encourage people to buy it? And then three, how do I make it known to new customers that can generate new revenue? And the next part about it for S is, how do you make a sale? How are you going to take payment? This might sound like a silly question, but are you going to take cash in hand? Are you going to take a bank transfer? Are you going to go through a business line and set an LLC so that way all the money gets trafficked there? Are you going to take cryptocurrency payments? Heck, are you going to get paid in gold? You never know. Or bank bonds. So, by defining this, you can find out what kind of product you really want to build. And most importantly, and this is the one that most people forget about, delivery. How are people going to get your product? Do you have a website? If it's not, let's say that you're selling a course, then you have an actual product, X. How the hell are people going to get your product? Reminder, I don't have all the answers for you, but the easier that people can find X, buy and find X as quickly and as easily as possible is the way that you make money. The more complicated this last process is, it's the largest hindering of an entire business. So let's write that down. Perfect. So from here, utilizing utility delta, you can find out what kind of market you're working with, and then also discover how you're supposed to structure your brand. Thank you very much, and I'll be back with another video in the next few days. I hope you have a lovely day, and remember, be the grey man.